your chair over to the wall. So you'll set your sticky mat up against the wall and then take your chair over to the wall with the back of the chair right at the wall. And then place your hands on the front edge of the seat of the chair and step your feet back into a down dog position. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and lift your buttocks way up and back. Lift the outer hips back, lift the inner thighs back. Lift the pelvis up and back so much that there's lots of room for your head to release down. Pull the rib cage away from the push of the hands. So your hands are pushing down and forward into the front seat of the chair. Stay long through the armpits. Squeeze your upper arm bones towards each other. And pull the rib cage back and up to chase after the pelvis. You can let the heels release back and down. And if it works for your body, you can start to straighten the knees. But keep bent knees if that helps you keep the buttocks lifting. And lift up through the musculature of the legs to make the legs taller and longer, and then pull the inner thighs and the outer hips back again. Long through the armpits and the waist. Long through the abdomen. Head releasing. Externally rotate the arms a bit so your armpits turn to face each other. And then step one foot forward and the other to come out of the pose. Now we'll practice Uttanasana with a block between the upper inner thighs. So place a block way up high in the thighs. Have your feet right underneath your sitting bones. Bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen the side ribs. Let the shoulders move back. Elbows back. Inhale and lift the front of your spine, and then exhale and fold over your legs. Fingertips coming down onto the mat. And start to squeeze the block with your outer thighs. So the outer thighs squeeze into the inner thighs, into the block. Connect the outer body towards the midline. So the squeezing of the legs from outer to inner is an expression of the outer body hugging the midline. Let your legs be tall and active and squeezing in, and then let this help you release your spine more, relaxing and releasing the spine down and forward like a waterfall, flowing out of the pelvis and down towards the top of the head, so the head is relaxed. Let your abdomen recede back. Let there be a gentle roundness in the lumbar. Let your rib cage be heavy, the front side of the rib cage, the back side. And then bring your hands to your hips, reach the chest forward, shoulders back, and come up. As you're here now, maintain that squeezing of the outer thighs in. And have your blocks in front of you now for an Ardha Prasarita twist variation. Hands on hips, long waist, lift the belly, thighs rolling in, buttocks relaxed, thigh bones grounding back, and lift from underneath the heart to lengthen the front of your spine. And then exhale and fold and take your hands down to the blocks, which are on the highest height. Keep pulling the thigh bones back and the chest forwards. Lift the buttocks and pull the bottom front ribs forward. Relax and release internally so you can find more length in your trunk. And then move the block that's under your right hand to the center, directly under your heart, and unfold your left arm up to the ceiling to take a big twist. Keep your thigh bones pulling back. Keep the front of the spine long. Lift the left arm to the ceiling and turn the belly and the rib cage to the left. And then exhale and lower the left hand down. Take the block now that's under the left hand to the center and unfold the right arm, right fingertips up to the ceiling. Extend the legs, lift the buttocks, pull the thighs back, And then lengthen the anterior spine forwards, headwards, and lift the right arm and shoulder more to turn the belly and the rib cage to the right. Toes lifting, arches lifting. Take your right hand down. And then we'll repeat again to each side. And you can take the block to a lower height if that feels accessible to you. So continue on your own. And switching sides now. And back to center now with both hands on blocks. And then walk your feet in slightly, hands to hips. Keep the chest open as you come up to stand. And then step your feet together and release your arms by your sides. Now we'll practice what I call the Prasarita dog. So have your blocks ready in front of you, and then step your feet wide so that your heels are wider than your toes, thighs rolling in, muscles of the legs engaged and lifting up, thighs pressing back. Lift the low belly, lift the side ribs, shoulders back, lift from under the heart, and then exhale and fold yourself forward, taking the hands to the blocks. Keep your legs very active and very tall. Keep lifting the backs of the legs as you slide your blocks forward, taking your upper body into a down dog position. Pull the outer hips up and back. Pull the inner thighs back. Stretch your hands and arms forwards as you let your head release down between the arms. Think of the thoracic spine deepening towards the chest. Abdomen is long, and the front of the spine, the anterior spine, is very elongated here. Stay lifted in the fronts and backs of the legs evenly. Stay grounded in the inner feet. Press your hands into the blocks and release the top of the head down. Stay open and relaxed and lifted in the back of the throat. Let the abdomen recede and lengthen. Breathing here. And then walk your hands back so the blocks are right under the shoulders, and then walk your feet a little closer. Bend your knees, hands to hips, shoulders back, and lift the chest to come on up. And then step your feet together. Now we'll do a variation of Urdhva Hastasana with 2 blocks and a strap. So place one block between your feet, and place one block between your upper inner thighs. And then hold on to the strap with your hands at shoulders distance apart and lift the strap up and overhead. Let the thighs internally rotate and the outer thighs squeeze the block. So the outer thighs squeeze the inner thighs, which squeeze the block, and then lift the low belly up off the pelvis and lift the rib cage up off the abdomen. Lift the back ribs up off of the lower back. Stretch the arms up to the ceiling, put tension on the strap, extend the arms and legs fully, make lots of space and length in your body here, and let the abdomen settle back towards the anterior surface, the front surface of the lumbar spine. So let the front waist move to the back waist As your arms move back, let the waist move back. Stand right over your arches and lengthen and breathe here. Full extension in the arms and the legs. Create an ascension of the spine from bottom to top, deep inside yourself. Deep breath here, and then lower your arms down. Now lay down on your back and we'll practice what I call a core breath exercise. So lay with a neutral pelvis, have your knees bent and feet flat, thigh bones and feet are parallel, and let your arms rest by your sides and relax here in a supine position. And gently lengthen your spine as you breathe. And let your rib cage and pelvis be heavy on the floor. And the next time you exhale, see that you exhale out all the breath. So continue the exhalation all the way to the bottom. And then inhale a deep breath as you lengthen your spine. And this time as you exhale, think of the lowest, deepest part of the abdomen contracting gently towards the lower spine. So that deep low belly is pulling down towards the anterior surface of the lumbar, all as you exhale, staying in neutral with the pelvis. And then let that contraction go as you inhale and lengthen the whole spine again. And then exhale and pull the deep low belly, the psoas, back towards the anterior surface of the spine, contracting there but not tucking the pelvis. The pelvis stays neutral. Finish the exhalation and deepen the contraction. And then inhale and lengthen the whole spine, lengthen the whole trunk as you fill the lungs. And then exhale a deep contraction, the deepest, lowest part of the belly, the back of the abdomen pulls back. The psoas snuggles into the spine and towards the midline. And then inhale, lengthening the spine again. And exhale, find that deep core contraction. Exhale all the way to the bottom of the breath. And continue like this for a few more rounds. And so the contraction part is not about a hardening or pushing out of the belly, but rather it's a pulling, an excavation of the belly, a hollowing, a scooping. The inhale lengthens the spine, and the exhale scoops the belly. The natural curves of the spine are present, the pelvis stays in neutral, and you release the contraction on the inhalation. And now do one final round. And inhale to lengthen your spine one more time. And exhale and just relax here. Now lay down on your back for belly rolling pose. Knees bent and feet flat, and stretch your arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and press your forearms and the backs of your hands into the floor and reach the heels up to the ceiling, straight legs. Inhale in the center, and then exhale. Start to lower your extended legs towards the right, so your feet are coming towards your right hand, and slide the belly to the left as your legs go to the right. So there's a sense of the belly receding and pulling to the left. And then inhale your legs back to the center. And exhale your legs and feet over towards the left hand as the belly rolls to the right. Be long through the inner legs. Recede the belly and slide it to the right. And then inhale your legs back to the center. And exhale and lower your feet down towards the right hand. Slide the belly to the left. Pull the left arm to the left. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and keep your spine long and keep your legs extended. And lower the legs even further here. And then inhale your legs up to the center. And exhale your legs all the way over to the left hand. Belly pulling to the right, right arm pulling to the right. Shoulder blades grounding down, anatomically down towards the waist. Let the legs go a little bit further, and then inhale your legs back to the center. And exhale, bend the knees and feet down. Now we'll practice Supta Padangustasana. So have a strap nearby and lay down on your back. Adjust the flesh of your buttocks so that it moves away from the lower back towards the feet. Have your knees bent and feet flat, and then extend your arms overhead. Lengthen the arms and lengthen the trunk. Lengthen the front of the spine. Relaxed long belly. Open rib cage. Soft in the back of the throat. Neutral pelvis. And then grab your strap and lasso the right heel with the strap. And start to extend your right leg so that it's up at 90 degrees. And if this is difficult for you, you can keep your knee bent. And then start to extend the left leg. Make sure that the left leg is internally rotating just enough so that the midline of the front of your left leg is pointing straight up. And then think of the center of the left thigh grounding and the center of the right thigh moving away from the belly. Stay long and even in the belly. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Heads of the humerus bones ground towards the sticky mat. Open in the chest as you breathe. Long spine, open chest, extended legs, and reach the right heel straight up towards the ceiling. The top half of the right thigh is pulling away from the right side of the abdomen. The outer right hip is pulling away from the right waist. Internally rotate the left thigh and ground it down. Extend through the inner left foot. And then you can start to let the elbows bend out to the sides and pull the right ankle a little bit closer to your head as the top of the right thigh moves towards the left foot. So that right leg is like a seesaw. If the foot moves towards the head, then the top of the leg moves away from the head. Enjoy the stretch here, long spine. And then release and we'll switch sides. But before we take the left leg up, just rest the strap on your belly and extend your arms along the floor overhead, lengthening there. Just take a breath. And then lasso the left heel with the strap, kicking the left heel up towards the ceiling. Again, taking a bent knee if that helps you keep your pelvis neutral. You don't want to tuck your pelvis here at all. And then extend the right leg long, internally rotating the right leg a bit, grounding down through that right thigh. Pull the outer left hip away from the left waist. Shoulder blades down the back, long spine, relaxed long belly, elbows wide. Kick the left heel up. Ground the center of the right thigh down. Ground the center of the left thigh away from the abdomen so that left waist and left side of the abdomen is very long. And if you start to pull the left ankle a little more towards the head, make sure that the root of the left leg pulls away from the abdomen towards the right foot. Long spine, open breath, relaxed throat, relaxing in the groins. Find an internal rotation in the legs and relaxed groins. A neutral pelvis here as much as possible. active in the extension of the knees. And then bend your knees, feet flat. Bring your arms up and overhead to extend through the elbows and extend through the waist. Nice and even in right and left sides. And now we'll practice Supta Padangusthasana 4. So have your strap nearby, extend your arms, extend your legs, roll the thighs inwards a little bit, ground the thighs. And then keep that sense of length in your trunk as you lasso the right heel, extend the right leg all the way up to the ceiling, and extend the left leg along the floor, long in the low belly, outer right hip moves away from the right waist. You can have a bent right knee here if that's better for you. Long spine. And then grab onto the strap with the left hand only and take your right hand onto the outer right thigh hip area. And see if you can pull that outer right thigh and hip area away from the right waist. And keep that happening as you extend the right arm out to the right and let the right leg move over to the left, just about a foot. So you're starting to cross the leg over towards the left side, keeping extended in that right knee, keeping long in the right waist. And then come back to center and we'll switch sides. Now lassoing the left heel, reach the left leg up, again bending the knee if that's better for you, and extend the right leg long, profound internal rotation at the very top of that right thigh to keep the groin relaxed. Long belly, long in the front of the spine, elbows wide, shoulder blades sliding down the back. And then grab onto the strap very close to the foot with the right hand only. And the left hand will come to the outer left hip and thigh, encouraging that outer left hip to move away from the left waist, staying long in the left waist. And extend your left arm out to the left as you pull the leg over to the right side, just about a foot. Stay open in the backs of the knees, pulling that leg across the body, but not too much, so the sacrum should stay grounded. And then come back to center. And then release, bending both knees, feet flat. Reach your arms overhead and then stretch both your legs out, internally rotating at the tops of the thighs, lengthening through the arms, stretching the knees and the elbows. Now we'll practice Sukhasana with a twist. So please stack your blankets as you see here. Have a block behind your blankets and then cross at the centers of your shins with your right leg forward and pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind you so there's more buttock flesh behind the sitting bones, and sit directly on the centers of the sitting bones. Fingertips grounding down into the blankets, and take your shoulders back, side ribs lifting, elbows back, thighs relaxing. And now rest your hands on your thighs and enjoy the uprightness of your spine, and begin to twist to the left. So the right hand will come to the outer left knee, left hand on the block, which is behind the blankets. And use your hands to help you twist your rib cage around. Feel your low belly twisting to the left. Feel the rib cage twisting. Let the right belly twist to the left. Let the left belly twist to the left. Breathe here as you twist. And come back to center. Inhale in the center and then exhale, twist to the right. So let the abdomen settle back and turn, and then let the rib cage follow. Keep the shoulders hugging towards the backs of the shoulder sockets. Use that left hand, which is on the outer right knee. Turn the right ribs more to the right. Turn the left ribs around to the right. The abdomen recedes and rotates. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to deepen the twist. Coming back to center. And then switch the cross of the shins and bring the left shin in front. Inhale here, lifting the anterior spine. And exhale, take a twist to the left. Pull the right hand into the left knee to help you turn your right ribs around and the left ribs back. The abdomen settles back and lengthens. Turn at the latitude of the navel and the rib cage and the collarbones and then the head. And then inhale back to the center. And exhale, turn to the right. Use that left hand to pull your left ribs forward and the right ribs back. Really be on the center of the sitting bones. Lengthen the sides of your waist and turn a little more, turning the low belly, turn at the latitude of the navel, the bottom ribs, middle ribs, upper ribs, collarbones, and the head. And then inhale back to center and exhale here in the center. Now we'll do a version of supported fish with a bolster and 2 blankets. So please set up as you see here. The bolster is horizontal, and then you have 2 folded blankets, and that will be for your head support. So lay back over the bolster so the bolster is supporting your rib cage. It's not under the lumbar spine. Rather, it's under the thoracic spine. And then pull the flesh of the buttocks away from the lower back. And the shoulders will relax into the gap between the bolster and the folded blankets, and the head will rest on the folded blankets. And start to extend and relax the legs. Let the arms relax right out to the sides. Let the abdomen settle. Let the shoulders relax here. See if the shoulders can really let go because of all of this support that's here. Let the head and neck relax because they're supported by the blankets. Let the upper torso relax as it's supported by the bolster. Let gravity have an effect on the shoulders, releasing and relaxing. Slow down your exhalations here. Stay very present in this moment inside yourself. Observing whatever arises. Smooth inhalation, smooth exhalation. And then start to come out of the pose by curling onto your right side. We'll complete this practice with chair shavasana. Put the chair on your sticky mat and sit down close to the front of the chair, and then swing your legs up onto the chair and lay down. And please adjust the flesh of your buttocks to pull the flesh of your buttocks away from your low back. And then adjust the shoulders so your shoulder blades are settled nicely down your back, and let the arms relax. Let the legs be supported by the chair. Let the lower back be supported by the floor. And let your whole body relax and release down. Smooth and steady your breathing here.